Good morning, guys. This is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am. You are not. How you doing? What's going on? What's going on? Guys, how are you today? Tell me. Tell me why you cried, you lied to me. Guys, seriously. Sometimes you like when I sing, sometimes you don't. Sometimes I feel like a nut. Guys, seriously. Can you imagine? I just want you guys to think about just getting something that says that I will love you forever. You are my hero. You are saving my life. You are making everything change for the better for me. You are getting me out of this misery. You are my everything. But is it okay if I sleep with somebody, maybe sleep with somebody before you come? Would it be okay if I see my ex-boyfriend before you come? That's what Gypsy did to Nick. Nick, go to John, who was 26 at the time, autism. He was about 23, 24 when Gypsy came into his life, when he was looking for love on a Christian dating site. And he found Gypsy. And Gypsy, he didn't know that Gypsy had already had experiences with men. He didn't know that Gypsy was looking for somebody perfect. Just like she was looking for Ryan, looking for somebody perfect that would go ahead and do her dirty work for her. And then she thought, just take the blame and go away. Like his life didn't matter. Like he was less important than her. That his family would not miss him, would not care about him. Nick had a half-brother, a mother, a stepdad, and a dad. And all of these people, never, including Nick, never came into consideration when Gypsy was planning her great escape, where she had legs that she could actually walk. She had the majority of age. So in other words, she wasn't a child. She knew she wasn't a child. And she knew that she had the ability, capability to walk away without unaliving anybody and just try to make it in life on her own, like the average bear, like the rest of us do. Not Gypsy. Gypsy thought she was special. How did she think she was special? Her mom made her think she was special. Her mom gave her belief she was special. You know how messed up you must be to manipulate your mom, then to turn around and murder her? That's Gypsy. And Gypsy's going to be out in 8 days, 1 week and 1 day, and she is off parole. And people are saying we should mind our own business. There is going to be a known mastermind, Charlie Manson, female. And she continues this behavior. You see it with Bree. You see it with her mindless minions. You see it with the people she follows, the people she pays behind the scenes to do her dirty work. We see it. This person has not learned anything. Not a damn thing. So when she messes up so completely, which she will because she can't help herself, whoever she messes up on needs to go ahead and sue 2 states and just put them in your name. Because Gypsy is a danger. They know she is a danger. And you could go ahead, because now we have things knowing Mike Stanfield, liar, pants on fire. Listen, man, you're a skank lawyer. That's my opinion. If you still are a lawyer. How many times did it take you to do the bar, man? You were like the skankiest of skanks. To give somebody an alibi, put somebody out on the street that has talked somebody, not even talked somebody, she wore that man down, convinced him the only way they could be together, and that's what she wanted to do. But I don't know, man. Hang on, Nick, because right before you get here, I might want to see my ex-boyfriend. Like, here's somebody that knew exactly what she was doing, and she's doing it to that stupid lawyer of hers. She's doing it to everybody except Christy knows who she is. Rod knows who she is. Mia knows who she is. Ken now knows who she is. That's what's going on there. That's my opinion. Gypsy could pretend to be this robust smelling rose, but as people call you in nice clothes, you're a polished turd. And that's what you smell like. That's what you act like. That's who you are. That's the aroma that follows Gypsy Rose. You unalived your mom because you didn't have the guts to leave on your own. That's the truth. You told your mom you couldn't walk. So people thought that, and I put a video up on this because it makes sense to me, that people actually thought it was Dee Dee. Because Gypsy told her mom, remember? And Gypsy admitted it. It's in the FOIAs. This is shit that, I guess her lawyer probably looked at and said, damn, this probably doesn't look very good for you. So, Nick is an autistic guy. Let's just throw this shit on him. That's who Mike Stanfield is. That's who he is. Is that what a lawyer is supposed to do? I'm just asking. Is a lawyer supposed to look at somebody who's less than, as far as financially and maybe in the mind, and just make sure that they never see the light of day and that it's all peripheral for them? There's nothing that matters. They are the collateral damage because the center of the universe is that she is the lowest of the low. She can't even and won't give her mom the least little bit of dignity. The mom that took care of her. The dad abandoned her. The stepmom wanted nothing to do with her. The divorce, remember the fight? And then she let it out about the divorce. Ask what it's about. Because I guarantee you it's about, can Gypsy live in the house? And Rod's yes. And Christy's no, because I got to live here by myself and I'm afraid of her. Where the... Guys, if a stepmom has no interest in you when you are sickly, or if they think you're sickly, or if they think that, just a kid. I mean, Gypsy, you were just a kid, and the woman wanted nothing to do with you. You think after you unalive Dee Dee, now she wants something to do. You're safe with her now. You're more loving now. Much more lovable now. Does that really make sense? Would you invite an unaliver to stay at your house? No. No, you wouldn't, right? I mean, you wouldn't. Unless there was a shitload of money involved, right? Unless you helped perpetuate the story that made the Murderer your stepdaughter, Christy. Unless she's got 8 days. Do you really think somewhere in Gypsy's head that she thinks that you actually love her, that Rod actually loves her? You don't think she's thinking, where the fuck have you guys been this whole time? Where were you when I was suffering? Or better yet, where were you when I was taking these trips to Disney World? Where were you? Damn, she wasn't even thinking about you. She might have been thinking about Daddy. Because there's something weird with the way she feels about Daddy. And she's shared that with us. She has shared that with us, guys. I want to show you a few things, and we'll come back on and talk about it. In 8 days, this mad woman is going to get off of parole. Nick is sitting in prison. Gypsy, in my opinion, and I believe that we can find a way to see how she's by proxy talking to Nick. Totally. Because Bree says she's talking to Nick, and Bree's best friend is Gypsy. And we have that in writing. Why would Bree talk to Nick when Gypsy supposedly hates Nick? Yet they have this common language that they share. It's very private between Gypsy and Bree. When you put 2 and 2 together, sometimes you come up with 4. Gypsy, you talking to Nick? You're not supposed to be talking to him. Not even by proxy. 8 days before you're ready to get off parole. Let's check out some of this stuff that we're going to look at here. As you can see by this photo, this was the happy day for Rod and Christy. They got married on this day, and it took a divorce, obviously, of Rod and Dee Dee for Rod and Christy to get married. Because as you know, at 17, 18, he married Dee Dee. And on his 18th birthday, he said, "Oh my God, what a mistake. I don't want this." And he said he'd always be there for the baby. I don't know which baby he was talking about, because he wasn't there for Gypsy. He was there, I think honestly, he was there when Dee Dee made a point of making sure he was there. Because he really made no point of trying to be there, so it seems. We don't have any proof of that. I just want to say this. Thank you. You're my hero, and I will never leave you. I'm staying with you for eternity. Gypsy sent that to Nick about an hour before the unaliving of her mom. And about 5 days later, she told the police that Nick... What? She tried to throw him under the bus and roll over him again and again and again. But she told him, "I love you. You're my hero. I'll be there for eternity." Today she calls him what and makes fun of him? This guy only knew what she told him. He didn't know about the plan that he was a part of, that he didn't know anything about, because he trusted Gypsy. Because he has a very simple mind, and he can't keep up with calculative, diabolical, manipulative behavior, because he doesn't think like that. Gypsy had coercive control over him 1,000%. She didn't love him. She didn't give a shit about him. He was nothing to her but a tool in what she was trying to accomplish. That's it. It's too bad, because I find all of these videos and their copyrights, they belong on the shows. These are the things that Gypsy has lied about publicly in front of everybody, so I can't use them, but you can find them. You can find the video where Gypsy is telling people that she knew that she could walk, but was hiding that from her mom because of the attention, and that a doctor had told her, supposedly, that during surgery or during some sort of procedure, she lost, her feeling in her legs, and that she'd get it back. And of course, Gypsy did get it back if she ever lost the feeling in her legs, and she didn't tell her mom. And that's what happened. And she said because of attention. In the meantime, she's saying that her mom made her whole world, and that she didn't want that for her and Aurora, right? And that all she had to do was exist. That's it. Her mom did everything else. That's Gypsy's problem, is on different days she says different things. There very well might be a few different actual people that live inside Gypsy. It might not really be a joke. I'm serious. She might have DID. Because there's something just so blatantly wrong with somebody who not just unalives their mom, but uses somebody as collateral damage and then tries to make it worse by saying things to the effect of, he tried to get physical with Gypsy. That's not who Nick was. And why did Gypsy have to say that? Why did Gypsy, instead of just chucking, just throwing the knife away down some sort of sewage drain? They're everywhere. Or why didn't she just chuck that in the mailbox? Just take the knife, put it in the mailbox. She didn't have to put any kind of address or anything on it. She could have thrown it in a lake. Why did Gypsy try to get rid of pictures? Nick said Gypsy was taking pictures out of the house and throwing them away that showed that she lived in the house. How does that work when the neighbors know that Gypsy lived in that house? What does that say? How could she think by taking pictures out of the house, nobody would know that she lived in the house? Why did she say that to Nick? What? There's a lot of stuff going on that doesn't make sense. And even the unaliving of Dee Dee doesn't make sense because Gypsy could have left. Gypsy could have taken the money and left. What would Dee Dee have done? Would she really have called the police on her daughter? Did she have something on her daughter that she threatened to tell the police? And is that what happened? What happened? That's all I want to know. What happened? What made that happen? Is it just that Gypsy didn't want to take care of her mom anymore? Was it that Dee Dee said, listen, I'm going to go into a home and get hospice. You're going to have to take care of yourself. And what is it that happened? Because it's not because she couldn't leave. Because she could leave. She has left before. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. I don't know that we'll ever know the truth. I don't know that Nick knows the truth to why this had to happen. Because after he went through the horrible process of unaliving Dee Dee, even if he didn't, he thinks he did, so in his mind he did, Gypsy tells him what a great mom she was, what a great person she was. So much so that Nick now feels tremendous guilt, more than Gypsy. What happened there? How'd that come about? I know that your hands are dirty from just unaliving my mom, dear, but let me tell you what a wonderful person she was. How did that happen? And we know it happens because Nick says it during the interrogation, which, by the way, I am going over on the other channel, but I'm going to go through the interrogation on my own and put those videos up. However, I think that we should go over the trial together because that we haven't done. And that I think I could schedule, we have a couple more weeks that I can schedule for July, and I'll be already moved and everything, even though I am like kind of there now, kind of not there. There's people staying in both places right now. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am. Be better today than you were yesterday, not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Please like, subscribe, and share. And please check out my second channel. Thank you for your memberships. Thank you for the cash apps, the super thanks. Thank you for buying the merch and all that stuff, guys. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Have a great day.